There we go. All right, hi everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of the Carvel Community Meeting. Today's date is Thursday, August 26, 2021. Just a reminder that these are being recorded and uploaded to YouTube, and we ask that you please read and abide by our code of conduct while attending these meetings. For those that are watching from home, we encourage you to come and join us live. It's an opportunity for you to come listen in on what the maintainers are working on and bring anything you need help with up with the maintainers themselves. If you aren't able to attend live, we also encourage you to join us on our Slack channel within the Kubernetes Slack workspace at Carvel and on Twitter at Carvel_dev. When you attend these meetings, we ask that you put in your name and any organization that you're representing. And in addition, if you're using the Carvel tools, we want to hear more about how you use any of the tools. You can add those specific comments to the pinned issue that's on the main Carvel repo. And you can add your organization, website, contact information, specifics about your usage of the tools, and upload the logo of the organization that you represent so we can help promote your organization. On to announcements. Just a reminder, we do have a workshop at Spring 1, and it's next week, Thursday, September 2nd at 1:30 p.m. Central Time. There are seats still available, so if you are looking to get more familiar with the Carvel tool suite, this is a great opportunity for you to get hands-on with the tools. It's a 90-minute workshop. We'll have maintainers online to help you work through any of the options in the workshop. So we really encourage you to sign up and join us for that. Additionally, we do have a talk you can also attend if you're unable to attend the workshop. And then next up, we have a release for CAP 0.38. And does anyone want to go over the details behind this release?
I could do that. So this was a few issues that everybody in the team has worked on. Couple of major ones. One is having the YTT-based rebase rule introduced. And second one, I think, is keeping the versioned keep original annotation that we have added here. Others are pretty straightforward. Documentation for these will be coming up soon. Anyone has questions, or do you want me to go over these?
Just high level, that's great. If there's anything else you wanted to share in particular for this release.
So the version keep original adds onto the versioned flag, a version annotation that we have. That means if you want to keep the original record along with having a versioned resource created, it will help you do that. So that is one part. There is the YTT based rule. I think rebase rule is something which has been introduced to help cases where sometimes secrets get added quite often, right? And we don't want to keep updating apps all the time for that. So you could have rebase rules added, which would let you not change apps, update apps during those times. So a lot of use cases, interesting use cases for that. I will defer till documentation is completely done to speak on that more in detail. It was our, I think as a team, it was our first release. After this, immediately we have done another release, that is 3.9, to solve one issue, which is showing warnings, a lot of warnings in the latest Kubernetes version. So that helps resolve that part. Yep.
Great, thank you
That's
for
it.
that. Okay, and before we move on to status updates, just a reminder, if you have anything you wish to discuss in this meeting, please add that to the discussion topic section below the status updates, and we'll get to it. Okay, next up we have project roadmap. How are we looking for the private registry authentication for kapp-controller?
Joe, you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, pretty good, right? I think we're in the final stages of cutting a release today, tomorrow. So I think that's all coming together nicely.
Sounds
Yeah.
good, Joe.
And I guess like the only other thing I would share for now is we do plan to give like a lightweight demo here once everything is released. So get excited.
Awesome, thanks, Aaron. Okay, the other items, any updates in particular for those? For the two that are coming up in September?
I can give a small update on the export YTT schema as open API schema. We've been working through the proposal on that, and things are starting to come together. The proposal is available in the Carvel repository. You're welcome to review that, provide any feedback. The feedback, like the initial feedback deadline was today. So as long as we can reach a kind of convergence on next steps there, we'll probably begin the work pretty soon.
Awesome, thanks, Carrie.
And maybe just a more general note regarding the roadmap. There's a whole bunch of things that are in like the TBD timeline state. Recently, we've been doing some kind of like road mapping discussions, most specifically for YTT and image package. So wanted to just like at least represent some of the things that are top of mind for us, but we're still actively working through, what's going to get prioritized next, and how backlog will shape out. So if there are any things that you in particular want us to consider, then now is a great time to service those.
Yeah, even same for CAP. We are trying to work on few issues, prioritizing them. We have picked them from the unprioritized backlog and put into the prioritized backlog. Interestingly, what we are working on is an issue to have externally created resources to be visible when we are doing a CAP deploy. We are still in the POC proposal stage. Still some work needs to be done. Hopefully that should be something that we can see in the September release, keeping fingers crossed. We'll see. Besides that, we have few other generic changes that we are working on. And general note, let us know what are the priorities, what is it that we should be working towards. It would be helpful for us to prioritize our things.
All right, thank you. Anything further on the roadmap before we move on? Okay, on to Carvel backlog. This might have been pasted from before, unless someone has any thing they wanted to discuss on this, or was it just an accident, whoever pasted this?
It's still in progress, so it is valid.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still working on it. Had some people sick, myself, last week. So that is in progress as a draft PR to capture these image metadata into the image package log file when emitting it from Kbuild. And that PR should go into review mode soon. and hopefully we can get that out in the next K-build release.
Okay, great, thank you. Anything else from the backlog that's not directly tied to the roadmap that the team is working on? I see this particular one, transfer chocolatey repos to Carvel.
Yeah, there's a number of things that are in progress. I think this one in particular is an ongoing initiative. I don't know if Carrie or Dennis have more accurate information, but we are working with, I think, Adrian's from the community and just transferring the ownership of these chocolatey repos.
That captures it. And specifically right now, we're currently waiting to create a special repo to house all the scripts to make this possible. There's a ticket pending for someone to create that repo for us.
So do you think that would be going faster if we specified that it was 85% or higher chocolatey?
Yes.
Dark chocolate jokes. All right, thank you for that. And shout out to Adrian Salas, who has been the main driver of the chocolatey repos for Carvel. Really appreciate all the work you've been doing there. All right. Anything else regarding the Carvel backlog, what the team is working on this week? Nope. Okay, and looks like we don't have any discussion topics. Is there anything that anyone has thought of that they wish to discuss with the team?
I could opportunistically, I wonder if we could just take a temperature of this kind of GoDoc adoption. And I know there's, in particular, because we have the CAP team here today. So in a few of the repos, we've been working on getting kind of GoDoc. There's like a linter setting where you can just be like, from this point forward, GoDocs are now required for exported names, basically. So it forces us to ratchet in our documentation. And I was wondering, like, John or the YTT team, I think you all adopted that a week or two ago. Is that like too new to say, good, bad?
Yeah, I haven't haven't added any new code since that in YTT, so others would have to answer for that on the YTT front. If there's been anything like that. I think we've been doing a lot of focus on the proposal work.
Cool. So I guess I'll just say I think that it's been helpful in secret gen controller, and I've been trying to add in kapp-controller. And so I'm kind of happy to help folks working in other repos that I think we have at this point, like a recipe or a template for how to bring that into each project. And anyways, maybe there's a little more visibility since we do have an extra team today, but that's at the end.
I think it'll be nice to put an image package. I think because there is an issue to kind of consume image package, not just as a CLI binary, but as a Go library. It might be useful in that context as well. So yeah, working with you to get that set up, I think would be beneficial.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we will also get in touch and we'll work on that.
Cool. Thanks all.
Yeah, Joe, on that front, there's a little bit of rotation from some folks from tools to tool. Like I'm spending a little bit more focus on image package soon. And as a part of that effort, we specifically are calling out, hey, where there's opportunities to specifically go in and improve GoDocs for exported elements. Probably new eyes are a great source for that kind of thing as well. It helps folks ramp up faster on the code if you have to explain what a thing is. So it is helping in that way as well.
Great, thanks for that, Joe. Anything else from the team? Nope. Okay. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us this week for the Carvel community meeting. Again, if you're watching this from home, we would love to have you join us live. You can just sit in, listen in, or if you have anything that you want to bring to the team that you need help with, or you're wanting to provide feedback directly, anything that you wish to share, we're all ears, and we'd love to have you join us and learn more about you. And with that, we'll see you next week. Thank you.